Hello and welcome to another episode of Tech Doctor TV. Today is a fairly quick video just to show you how to set up a local account when installing Windows 11. Now I've gone ahead and set up the install under a virtual machine, which should be fairly similar. Make sure you're disconnected from the internet if you're on a desktop machine, because it will start forcing you through otherwise. A laptop obviously gives you the choice. So I've disabled my network adapter, so we'll just see how we go. So we go install now. So the majority of the setup is typical. We just have to wait until we get to a certain section of the setup. Now thankfully, running through a virtual setup does not take much time. Customized, I've already set up the drive in VirtualBox. So I'm just going to let this go and I will pause it, not pause it, I will edit it so this install looks very quick because we want to keep it nice and concise. All right, we're 98, 100%, there we go. So we're skipping through the install nicely. Mind you, I did edit a little bit. So once we get through here, there's two ways of doing it. I'll show you the command prompt way first, and I will also show you or explain another way of doing it if that doesn't work for whatever reason. You may choose to go with the second option, but it's just good to know that first option too, because you can never have too many options, really. Okay, here we go with the setup. So at this screen, you want to invoke this command now. You can do it one of the ones after, but you'll have to come back and do these screens again. So you're simply going to go Shift F10 and that pulls up the command prompt. Now if that doesn't work, that may be because you're on a laptop. You may need to hold down the function key as well. So Shift Function F10 and that should bring it up. If it doesn't, don't worry, I'll explain the second option of doing it. But for this method, we go OOBE. Actually, you've got to click back into the box because it doesn't take focus. So OOBE for out of box experience, / bypass NRO. It's almost NWO, New World Order. Do that, and that will quickly restart the machine and take you back to where you were. Hopefully it won't take too long to get there. I do get annoyed at Microsoft for doing this because it's like, guys, we don't want to have to do this all the time. Okay, region, yes. No, I don't want a US, a UK, I want a US. I can never remember it's international. I'll just go US, it's virtual anyway, so I'm hanging around. Skip. Okay, so now we've got here, let's connect you to a network. If I hadn't done that command, we wouldn't have that I don't have internet option. Which seems, I mean, if you haven't got access to internet, it kind of seems like you're going to be stuck here, which is really, really annoying. So that command can come in really handy. So we're going to click I don't have internet, and it's going to say, are you sure? And we'll go, yeah, I'm sure. Okay. And then it's going to say, okay, what is your name? So we go, Bobo Jenkins. And go on so far and so on and so forth. And it's a virtual install, so I'm not going to read any of that stuff. So the other way that you're going to do it is if you can't get that up, and this is assuming you do have an internet connection. So you plugged in, you've got your internet connection and you can't get the command prompt. What you're going to type in for the Microsoft email address is no@thankyou.com or no@thanks.com. That will then ask you for a password. Just put anything you want in there. Just a random mishmash of hitting the keyboard, it doesn't matter. Once you hit return, it's going to throw up an error and say, you know, along the lines of something went wrong, here, have a local account instead. So you then do what we did just then, put a local account in and away you go. So that's the two ways to get around it. If this doesn't take too long, I will quickly show you one other step that you should take after you do that if you don't want Windows to pester you to finish setting up your system. Because what it will do is it will try to get you to sign in, and then it will push you over to a Microsoft account. Now, if you want to be there, happy days. All right, so here we go. We're installed. We have a local account under good old Bobo Jenkins. Local account. There we go. That's what you want. Now, you can change it at any point. You can change it to a Microsoft account if you want to. But for the purpose of this, we don't want to. So we're going to go into settings and we're going to find notifications. And I can never, oh, there they are. Here I am saying I can never find it, but they're right in front of my face. So notifications, it's easier in Windows 10 to find this. So you got to drill a little bit further. You got to go down to additional settings, and these things show the Windows welcome experience after updates, and suggest ways to get the most out of Windows and finish setting up this device. That one, turn him off, because within a day or two, when you do a restart, you'll get this full screen pop-up or screen saying finish setting up device, and then it'll ask you for your Microsoft account, and then all of a sudden your local account becomes Microsoft. And if you don't want that, well, so I turn that off. I turn these off as well, and I turn that off as well because I don't want the tips and tricks. Thank you very much. But there you go. That's how you do it. So that's how you get a local account, and then you can go and connect to the internet after that. Now, I'm in a virtual machine, so obviously I've disabled the network connection, so I'll go somewhere else and do that. But I probably won't even keep this install anyway. So that's it for today. A short one. I hope you found it helpful. If you've got any questions, just shoot them down below, and we'll do our best to answer them. But all the best with it, and until next time, this is me signing off, and catch you next time.